Let's have a look at how to maintain a builder in a bottle overlay. We are going to backfill this overlay from start to finish as you would in returning service for your client. This has been applied on a relatively short natural nail, but it's still got a substantial overlay on it, so I won't be soaking it off. It is suitable to be backfill. First up, we are going to sanitize our client's hands, and I'm going to do my own off camera. Next, we are going to cleanse the surface of the nail to remove excess oil and bacteria, which helps protect our tools and buffers. So on Rian we have Artistic's translucent pink correction gel, which we've applied a substantial overlay with, and it's topped off with, I just had to try this, it's still new at the time of this video, hidden with a high note, which is what, like this coral orange colour. It's really pretty. Beautiful. So we would do that to all 10 of your nails, your client's nails, and then the first thing we're going to do is assess the condition of the nail. This is a pretend backfill, so we've only just applied this, so there is no lifting or damage to the nail, but you would inspect your client's nails, see if they're lifted, damaged, discoloured in any way, and you would have a consultation and also decide on the desired shape and length of the nail. For Rian, these are her short natural nails. They can't be any other shape and they can't be any other length, but if you were to shorten them, you would shorten and shape them now as well. So the first thing I would do is reduce shape and length. And then we are going to file the surface of the nail entirely. To remove the colour gel polish. Top coat in all the colour gel polish. Keep moving around the nail to avoid getting any friction burns with your client. Just get you a little closer, thank you. Really, and you're always pulling back your client's skin, watching what you're doing. Sometimes you can't see lifting with gel polish on, but it might become apparent once you're taking colour off. So you're wanting to remove all of the colour off the surface of the nail and go around any last remaining bits to remove all the gel polish colour, any lifting. And after all that filing, you should have a seamless blend at the back of the existing product. If you don't, you're going to blend it from product towards the nail. That way you're not hitting the natural nail to get your perimeter work all perfectly flush. This is going to be essential for giving a nice seamless application, and it's what's going to help your backfill not to need any refining. Here we go, so that is nice and seamless. I'm checking the side view. We have a soft natural arch to it still, but no massive visible apex, but that's appropriate to this nail. If it was a much longer natural nail, you would probably be leaving a lot more product on the nail and a lot more bulk in the back third. You wouldn't be taking away that apex completely. Beautiful. And then we're going to go in with our natural nail cuticle prep. So we've shortened, shaped, reduced any bulk, taken off all gel polish colour and lifting, and then made all of our perimeter work really nice and tapered, so our backfill can be seamless and have perfect adhesion, and ideally no refining will be needed. We're going to do cuticle work and buff the new growth only. And then we are going to re-cleanse the nail and go in with our first step for whatever system you're using. That might be a dehydrator, primer, or a base coat. For the correction gel system, we will be going in with the base coat, which is bonding gel. Would you apply bonding gel just to the new growth or the entire nail?
I put it on the new growth and then I sort of like use the brush to blend it up over the edge. Like, it doesn't really matter. You can do either.
Okay. Is it just a waste of product to do it over the whole nail?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. Cool. Okay, so for our bonding gel, we're just going to scrub it into the new growth, keeping perfect cuticle area and perimeter application. Super nice and neat because gel follows gel, and we want everything on top of it to be following a neat layer. Here we go. Righty. We're going to go in with our matte layer. You can slightly cap the free edge if you'd like. We are going to keep this on a regular cure mode. It really shouldn't heat spike for our client, given that it's such a fine amount of gel and most of the nail is covered in the existing product. If for your brand highly recommends using everything on a low heat mode, by all means do that. Or if your client's particularly sensitive, or if there's a lot of area to backfill, or if there's a lot of visible damage for whatever reason on the existing naked nail, you can use low heat mode, but for the sake of time we're going in with regular. So we've done our matte layer, and then we're going to go in with a slip layer over the entire nail. Despite doing the matte layer and the slip layer over the entire nail, this shouldn't be adding any bulk to the nail because we've done a fair bit of filing to prep it perfectly. This is all just part of giving a structured overlay. And then I'm going to pick up a bead of product, but it's going to be a relatively small bead. And we are going to, just want it on the end of my brush, place that bead at the new growth and pillow it to the cuticle area. Pillow it to the cuticle area, so it might look like there's a little hump back there. And then with a low parallel angled brush, I'm just going to paint that over the surface of the nail. So I'm not painting it high, I'm painting it low. It's all about smoothing. I haven't even had to readjust it. That is a perfect backfill. Happy with the side view, the barrel view and the top view. So we're going to cure it. Excuse me. For this cure, I will put it on a low heat mode because I do want my client to be comfortable. And in the interests of time for a full service, I will be working on rounds either hand, so I'm not worried about the extra time the 60-second slow cure is going to take. Often we'll get questions about flash curing and over curing nails, and because we are working on one nail from start to finish, I am fully curing it. But if this was a full service, I'm only putting this nail into the lamp, essentially the flash cure it. It's on low heat mode for 60 seconds because I want it to be on low heat, but it doesn't need that full 60 seconds. I'm going to put it in, flash cure it, stop it from moving, and work on the other hand. May I have your other hand just so you can see? I'll be working on this hand while the first hand is in the lamp. As soon as I'm completed that nail, I'm not waiting for that hand to be fully cured. I'm just getting my client to switch. It's really helpful if your lamp has a sensor or if you're close to the buttons, then you can do that. It's all about flash curing, working one finger at a time. Beautiful, thank you, Karen. Okay, so that finger is fully cured. Can we do a close up to this camera? We'll look at the line of light, which is the reflection of whatever light is around you. You want it to be moving perfectly over the nail. No bumps, no divots. You don't want any flooding, just a nice, beautiful, smooth overlay. Yeah? Beautiful. So our options now are to refine it if you did want to, in which case you would cleanse and then use a buffer or probably a used 180 file to refine any bulk or imperfections. Then you'd re-cleanse and go on with your gel polish application. Depending on your brand, you might be advised to cleanse any inhibition layer before going on with gel polish. You may need a buff as well, depending on your brand's advice. I'm perfectly happy with this application, so I would go in with gel polish immediately. This one is all about the sound, and so why I don't need a base coat is because gel polish either needs a rough or sticky surface to adhere to, and the inhibition layer of the builder in a bottle, it is builder in a bottle of correction gel, leaves a sticky inhibition layer, so that is enough for the gel polish to adhere to. A lot of my clients ask me what the stickiness is. They think that, like some, I don't know, they have all sorts of theories, which is quite interesting to hear them like try and guess what it is. And if you don't remember or haven't done theory with us, it is gel that it's exposed to oxygen doesn't cure. So it is just builder in a bottle, but it's uncured. Beautiful. Beautiful colour. And I want to add that I've got a very easy job because there's virtually no lifting, no reshaping. That's a stunning colour. No reshaping, no debulking, no lifting, no shape change. Rian is the perfect model and the perfect client, so it looks very easy, and that is an easy set. But I do just want to say, in terms of like what's realistic, I pretty much never refine my builder gel overlays or my backfills, to be honest. Like, I'm super happy with this nail, and I'm super happy with all of the services I do, so it's not a refinement free overlay because Rian was super easy today. It's very much achievable with hard work, practice and great application and technique all steps of the way. It is achievable to have refinement free services consistently on any length, any shape, your lifters, your heavy handed ones, all of them. I am using glossing gel to top coat. 2 coats of colour, top coat, cap for the free edge. Happy as a Larry cat. Stick her in. Yeah? Beautiful. This is what it looks like to use a complete system, which is what we recommend. Yeah? Base coat, builder in a bottle, which brand name is a correction gel, gel polish colour, gel polish top coat, and matching lamp. This is what you want. Beautiful. And we do need to wipe the inhibition layer off glossing gel. So we will do that. And finish the service in whatever way is your personal preference, but we recommend a minimum of cuticle oil. Should do it.